Guys, how's everything going? So I'm so glad you are here. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button. And if you have been here before, please share this video. Also like this video. You guys are like, what the hell, her thumbnail? Men can't control women. Don't tell me what to do, right? Y'all like, what is she about to start talking about? But I want you guys to like the video. Please share and also subscribe if you haven't. This is going to be sort of a touchy topic only because we're talking about relationships and what type of control a man has, what type of role he has into the relationship. And are women today accepting it? So don't tell me what to do, right? You guys are like, well, I don't like my man telling me what to do. Like I had a poll earlier. If you guys had voted on it, my poll, which I will read right now, my poll had questions. So I said, should women listen to their man in all situations? 50% said yes. 25% said no. 25% also said, my man is not my father. I can make my own decisions. So, you know, you can make your own decisions. Your man is not your father. That's how some people look at it. So we need to talk about this because is this something that you ladies, us ladies are able to, let's say, have a man that we like to listen to? Does he have to be a special type of man for us to listen to? Should we even listen to this man? Because you're your own person. I don't have to listen to nobody. So thanks for being here, you guys. What's up, Ali? Thank you so much. She says, much respect to the channel, host panel, and chat. Thank you so much for being here. All right, I'm going to play a video just to get things started. All right, so let's get into it.
Men can't tell women what they can and can't do.
I agree.
No! You idiot!
I said I agree. No! I can't tell you what to do.
What you need to do?
I said I agree.
Let's get on your
and
knees
if I can't tell you what to do,
kiss my
you
toe.
can't tell me what to
what
do.
What you need to do?
I said I agree.
So that's just to get things started. He's saying, I can't tell you what to do. You won't allow me to tell you what to do. So we're just not going to tell no one what to do. So he's basically saying, you know, there are women who would tell a man what to do all day, but when it comes to him telling you something, you're like, no, right? So if you don't want someone to tell you what to do, then how are you going to sit here and do the same thing back? And it's not even about that. We're saying tell what to do, but it's not about what to do. Is the person giving you sound advice? Some people think that when a man is telling a woman what to do, it's like, hey, you're belittling me. You can't tell me anything. You don't know anything. You're not smart enough. And that is the issue that I'm seeing today. Are we valuing our man? And if we're not, why are you with him? Why are you with your man if you don't value his opinion? Because that's all it is. All we're talking about is opinions. We're not talking about like, you know, silly things. Opinions. Is his opinion valuable? Does his opinion make sense? Because you guys are we all been there, and the ones who are still there, we're so like, no, he's attacking me. But did you actually listen to what he had to say? Because soon as someone tells you anything, you start off with like, you can't tell me nothing. But are we really listening? That's what I'm trying to get into today. Are we really listening? Just because someone comes out their mouth and says something don't mean that it's bad. And if it's bad, why are you with them? That sounds like a personal choice that you made. You shouldn't be with someone who is bad. You shouldn't be with someone who is toxic. You shouldn't be with someone who is telling you crazy ass things to do. So if you respect that man enough, then you should maybe listen to what he has to say first. That's the first step. Listen what he says first. Analyze what he's saying. And we're actually thinking about it. Does it make sense? Will it help my situation? Those are the steps that us women have to make sure that we are putting that into play when a man tells us what to do. All right? Because to my understanding, men have their best interests. And if they don't have your best interests, you're with the wrong man. So let's be real with it. So I don't want to hear you say, oh, well, he's, telling me the bad. Well, why are you with him? So we're not going to talk about someone who's bad for you. So I'm going to play another clip for you guys. Now, this clip, all right, trigger warning, all right?
My husband is number one. If my husband tells me, hey, sit down, I'll sit down. If he tells me you can't go out with your friends today, I'm not going to go out with my friends. If he says, hey, go wash this dish for me, I'm going to go wash a dish for him. I chose this man to be the king of my life, and yes, I agree with everything he says, and I do everything he says. And I did that because I chose this man. I put him in this position of my life, and this is how I honor and take care of and love the man in my life. So I tell women out there, you want a man in your life, you want to be happy, figure out what you would do when you are happy. Because I am happy. My husband does so many great things for me, and I would do that for him. I obey him, I respect him, and I let him be the man that he is. I chose a man that I wanted to follow. I chose someone to lead me, and that's why I will do anything for him. If he tells me jump, I'll jump. If he tells me sit down, I'll sit down. If he tells me go in the room or go up on stage, I will do either or. Anyways, that's a message for everyone out there. Love and cherish the king in your life.
So when she said, if he tells me to jump, I'll jump, that's where you messed up. Because is that man going to lead the jump? Is he going to jump first? What do you mean? That's a little bizarre. That's a little bizarre. You're going to jump because he tells you to jump. All right. Come on now. All right. Let me get into some of these comments. What's up? He says facts to what I said probably earlier. What's up, Big? Big says one time for the punctuals. What up, yo? Okay. Misery Loves Company says, then when something goes wrong, we blame the leader. Is this true? Us women, when things are going wrong, who are you going to turn the finger to? Are you going to turn it to yourself and be like, well, I could have thought of it this way, and I maybe should have made this situation a better situation by making the right decision? Or do you turn around and be like, no, he did it. It was him. He's the one that said, are you doing that type of thing? Making bad decisions and then you turn it on the man? Or are we doing that today? Because if we are, we got to stop doing that. We have to always take accountability for all actions, regardless if it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. That's how we're going to grow, and that's how we're going to change, is if we understand, hey, this is what I did that was wrong, because you have to accept that it's wrong. And then what could I do to make it better? And that's not just in a job. That's in a relationship. I think in relationships, it's missed. No one looks at it like that. They're like, well, he said this a certain way, so I just had to tell him off. Those type of things. Those are excuses. There's no reason for anyone to be telling anybody off. If he made you feel a certain way, either you're going to say, hey, this made me feel uncomfortable, or walk away, or just deal with it and handle it appropriately. You don't have to lash out and then end up blaming the guy. Like, no, let's not do that. Shout out to the homie James. Yes. So that video to me was a trigger because when she started talking about jumping and all that, that's what kind of missed me there. But all her other points, if whoever is watching and do not understand what she's saying, or they're like, hell no, I ain't doing that. It's basically, as a wife, you accept your man being a leader. That's it. You accept your man for being a leader. So you take a step back. Does not mean you're not seen. It just means that you take a step back. You let him lead the way. Just like if you were in a haunted house, if you guys ever been to one, or you watched it in a movie. I know you've seen it. If you haven't been to one, you've seen it. Okay. You in a haunted house. Are you going to go first and lead the way into survival? And you're like, I'm going to get out of here. Or are you going to let the man do it? So if you have a man, you're going to let him do it because he is the stronger one. And there's nothing wrong with him being the stronger one. Okay. He's a man. So he's going to be stronger. Cool. That's what's up. As a female, we just stay in our space where we're just a little less stronger. Okay, so what? Right? So you're going to let that man lead the way through the haunted house. So if he feels he want to go left, you're going to go left. If he says he wants to go right, you're going to go right. All right? Now we're in the middle of the haunted house. Now he's like, I don't know what to do. Guess what happens now? You step in. Okay, well, let me see here. What should we do? Where should we go? Step in. Hey, I think we should go this way. If he respects you and trusts you, he's going to say, okay, you guys are going to go that way. It's simple. Let's not make this a controlling issue because men who take lead also respect a woman's advice, opinion, whatever they're saying. They're going to respect it. That's how a relationship goes. They're not going to be like, nah, whatever you say is dismissed. Because then why did they marry you? If they knew that you weren't smart enough to handle stuff, certain things, I should say, why would they marry you and then ask you for your advice? That's not going to happen. So, okay, cool. You take the lead. Then it's going to be a point where you're towards the end of the haunted house, right? Now, he doesn't know what to do. You don't know what to do. So y'all look at each other. Cool. What should we do? Now you make a decision together. So now, cool. You guys think it would be better to do this situation. So then you go do it. It's simple stuff. Then you're going to come to the end of the maze. You're like, damn, is it this door or that door? Right? And then he's like, well, I think it's this door. And you're like, well, I think it's that door. Okay, so who's going to make the final decision there? Because you guys are thinking two different things. Who's going to make the final decision? Is it going to be him or is it going to be you? So as a leader, the leader makes the final decision, right? Just like when you're a principal at a school, there's only one principal and then you have an assistant. So that's how you have to think of it. Is the assistant principal less than? No. Is the person in the haunted house that's behind that person less than? No. It's just that this person is going to take all the heat. This person is going to take more shots while you're just sitting back there relaxing and just watching. All right. It's harder for a man. So let's be real with it. Let's see. Misery Loves Company says she's not talking about jumping in that way. Well, what is she talking about? Because when I heard jump, and I think that's why she said it, she meant jump in a different way. Okay. She thought jumping off something. That's what I got from it. So please in the chat, tell me, what does she mean by jump? Shout out to the tone police. Yeah, we had to get off that tone situation, y'all. So how many men are actually leading their household though? Let's get into that because men have to, first of all, be that strong leader because there's a lot of women out here that's lost in the sauce. They don't have any leaders to look up to. They don't have any leaders to look up to from, and sometimes it started from the house. They didn't have a father figure. So what leader did they have to look up to? All right. And then when it comes to the man that they choose to be with, are you that strong leader? Are you that strong leader? Because sometimes it could be you guys are not leading properly. Or you're leading, but then things are going left. So you're just like, oh, I don't know what to do. And then you go do something else. While she's over there like, damn, I don't know what to do either. Well, he's not going to listen to me. So you got to make sure that you're, when things are going wrong, you have that open communication and explain, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're going to do. Or what do you think? You have to build a strong foundation of communication. That's how it starts. So when things are going on, she would trust you enough because you guys got to be more open with each other. You have to be more open with each other. If you're not open, to talk, then I don't know how you're going to be able to lead, because women are going to have questions. That's how it works. Women are going to have questions. They're not just going to sit here and be like, yeah, he decided to do this, and I don't know. You got to talk. First of all, it starts with trust before she's able to accept your lead. So she has to trust you. But why should she trust you? Why should you trust you? What makes you special? So if she doesn't trust you, she's not going to follow your lead, first of all. All right? And then as women, make sure when you trust him, you follow with it. You know, be consistent with it. You're like, because sometimes as women, we're like, I don't like the way how that feels. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like the way that sounds. I'm not in it. I'm not doing it. And you're already jumping out. When if you're feeling that way, make sure you say something. Say, hey, and you just explain. And then don't make it long. Men's attention span is short. All right. Make it short and sweet. You know, if it's 3 things you want to talk about the first one. Let him answer that question. Okay. He answers the question. You have clarity. Move on to the next question. Make that short and sweet, and then keep doing that. If you don't have clarity for the question, then ask it a different way, or just leave it alone. Bring it up another time and figure out how you could explain something. Don't make it a him problem because he doesn't understand you. Okay. So let's see. Coming to America movie is the example. I think she meant jump as in we gotta move and the time is now. Sort of like advisory protection. Okay. I feel like she definitely used that word for probably what you guys were saying, but she used that word for a reason for people like me. They're like, what? Jump? Because y'all guys know like what that means, jump. All right. So let me get into the next video.
I'm not finna be in a relationship with nobody who can't handle an argument. Ain't no such thing as a perfect relationship. And if that's all it takes is an argument or a disagreement for you to hit up an ex or start entertaining somebody who been sliding up in your DM,
So he feels like at first when I seen it, I was like, well, who wants to argue? Like, that's a warning, red flag. No one wants to be arguing. But at the same time, when I listened to it again, I was like, okay, he's just saying handling a situation. So argument is just having a loud ass conversation about something that happened, right? That's all it is. So something that happened, you're not able to figure out how to fix it with me, right? That's me saying handle an argument. You're not able to figure out how to fix it with me. So therefore, we don't need to be together. Deuces. All right. This video is an example of understanding communication and then taking a man's lead. So he's saying, hey, you don't know how to handle this situation. I do. That's one form of listening. You're like, okay, I don't. That's the accountability part. I don't know how to handle this. Well, teach me. That should be the question. That should be the response. Not, well, you don't know how to handle it either. And and you keep going back and forth. So let's try not to be problematic. So there's a problem. We don't have to continue the problem. If someone's saying, hey, you're not doing this, if you have to be the bigger person, be the bigger person and be like, I'm not doing this. So let me start doing that and see what changes. And if you do that, things start changing, then that means that person was right. Because that's what he said. Or that's what she said, whatever, right? If you don't try it, then you're not giving a fair chance in your relationship. All you're doing is playing the victim. That's all you're doing. If you're not able to sit back and be like, hey, this person keep telling me I'm talking too damn loud. When in your brain have you thought to tone it down? Instead of saying, he's telling me what to do. No, you're talking too loud. Tone it down. You don't have to scream. You know, I'm talking loud because I'm doing this video, but come on, I don't talk like this. I don't talk like this in general. I'm just saying, tone it down. They can still hear you. You don't have to yell because you feel he can't hear you. Oh, he can hear you. All right. You don't have to speak loud. You don't, to get your things, your voice, your emotions across. You don't have to. So for this, I look at every video that I take. I try to dissect it the best way that I can. If this man is saying, hey, you don't know how to handle an argument, take what he just said. Why are we going too deep into situations? He just said, you don't know how to handle an argument. So ask him, well, what do you mean? He says, well, if you do this and this and that, this doesn't work. So then you be like, okay, understand what he's saying. But okay, let me try to fix it. Let me do these things and cool. Problem resolved. See how easy that was? Easy meaning you dissect the situation and you go forth with it. And then you be consistent with it. And then you'll see the change. And then guess what? Check. Next. You understand? Instead of blaming everybody. And then nothing's going to get resolved. You just be arguing all damn day. Okay? And then same thing with the man. Okay? If there's something that you're doing and the woman doesn't honestly like, okay, sometimes it's okay to sit here and be like, all right, it makes her feel uneasy. So let me limit this a little bit. And then move on. And it depends. You know, I'm just going to say it depends. I'm not going to get into that today. But it depends on what the woman is asking. It has to be realistic, okay? So, you know, you don't want, like, when you're arguing with somebody, nothing gets resolved. You want to make sure there's always a resolution. Okay, every argument, sometimes it's not going to be resolved right at that moment, but you want to make sure in your brain, that's your point, is to have it resolved. Okay, don't walk around and be like, well, I ain't doing nothing, he ain't doing nothing, and y'all both ain't doing nothing. Always have that mindset to resolve things. All right, I'm going to play the next clip.
Hello?
Hello?
So what's up?
So you just wasn't gonna call back, huh?
Man, how many times I'm gonna tell your ass I don't feel like arguing, man? Damn.
I said I wasn't gonna.
Where the fuck your voice go? I don't hear shit you talking about.
I said I wasn't gonna argue no more.
Okay, so if you don't want to argue, so what's the problem now? I mean,
You know what the fuck I want to talk about?
look, man, I don't know what's going on with you. Your voice fading the fuck out. I don't hear nothing you saying, so what the fuck am I supposed... I don't hear shit.
You heard the fuck I said.
I ain't hear shit. Every time you start talking, man, your voice fade the fuck out like I can hear something.
That video is funny. So we all been there, okay? We all been an emotional wreck. That's what I call that. But honestly, why are we an emotional wreck? Okay, I'm talking about men who are of substance, something where a man actually knows what he's doing. He's leading you in the right direction and you're just not listening. You're just like acting like that lady, okay? You just, whatever, whatever he's saying, I'm not hearing it. I'm just going to cry because I just don't understand. Like, let's be real. A man that actually knows what he's doing, you should not be an emotional wreck. The reason why this lady is an emotional wreck is because she's not listening to him. He just said, for example, in the video, he's like, I just told you I don't feel like arguing with you. First of all, you shouldn't be arguing. But he ain't in it today. And she is upset, crying, because she cannot argue with this man. If you can't, that's toxic to me. That's toxic. You should not be crying over nothing like that. You as a woman need to be patient. Everybody is not going to talk about everything at the time that you want to talk about it. All right. Some people need their space. Some people need to breathe because a lot of situations is like, if I don't walk away from this, I'm going to go ballistic. And no one needs to be going ballistic in any argument, because we already know what happens when that situation goes down. So if someone has to walk away, let them walk away. If someone doesn't want to talk about it right now, like the guy said, listen and don't talk about it right now. Be patient. That's all. Be patient. Why can't we be patient? I know there's things in your life that are patient. Okay? Today, this video is about the woman's correction. I'm going to talk about the man, but today is about woman's correction. Woman's correction. We're going to talk about the things that us women need to work on. I'm not going to always play two sides when I'm on this panel. Whoever is listening, I'm not going to always play two sides. I'm going to give both sides, and then sometimes I'm just going to get straight to it. This is about women and what we need to work on. This is the thing I see that's happening in the community. A lot of women are walking around here with emotional issues. And if you have a man that is able to lead you in the right direction and you decide not to listen to it, then that's why you're in an emotional wreck. There's a lot of things that we go through as women, but if you have a man that's going to help you with that, let him. It's not going to be as sweet as pie. Some men are gentle and some men aren't. And naturally, men are just not like that. Can they be like that? Sure. But just get what he's saying. You could work on him being more gentle later. If he's trying to help you out, let him help you out. It don't have to be a certain way to say something. Just get what the message is. The man said in this video, I don't want to argue right now. So step back. Go make some food or go sit here and watch TV. Go binge watch. Do whatever it is that you like. Do whatever that you like. Go take a bath. Light some damn candles. And then the time will come. You're not going to walk around and not talk about the issue for 2, 3, 4 weeks and it's going into a year. It's going to happen. But we as women have to learn patience. And then when you do talk about it, you could have had thought of some stuff to say. You know how you go in an argument, you're like, damn, I should have said that. Damn, that would have been good to say. All right, you biting yourself in the ass. So take that time to think about all the stuff you want to say. Write it down. All right, and then move the hell on, okay? So the point of this video, though, also, that's just some videos that I wanted to share. But the major part of this video is about women working out, right? Women always complain that, he just told me to work out. He said I was fat, right? He said I'm too big. I'm getting too thick. Whatever it is, how he wants to say it. He's rude. He told me, you know, that's the thing. A lot of women complain about that. Okay. What I want to say to that is, first of all, if your man is telling you to work out, first of all, he shouldn't be telling you to work out. That's the thing. He shouldn't say, hey, yeah, babe, you got to work out. Yeah, hey, babe, you're getting big. Yeah, hey, babe, your stomach is getting a fupa, or whatever they call it. Yeah, babe, your ankles are getting too thick. However men want to say it. I know it's probably not a nice one. Hey, babe, your face is getting too chunky. Like right now, I know my face is a little chunky. My youngest son is turning 1 on the 29th of this month. I've almost made a year. Postpartum over. I got some working out to do in the sense of getting rid of my little chunkiness. Whatever. That's just my situation. I just wanted to share it with y'all. Okay. My face is too chunky. My arms are flabbing. It's too big. Whatever. Why does he have to tell you that though? Don't you look in the mirror and see that your arms are flabbing? Why does someone have to be like, yeah? And then the fact that, let's say, I'm just using examples here so you guys can have the visual. I'm a visual person. If you're a visual person, welcome to understand that's who I am. And if you're not, welcome to the club. All right, I'm going to give you visuals here so y'all can really see what I'm saying. If you have you're shaking your arm, you have a little flabberish going on. Okay? No man should tell you, hey, this is what I'm seeing. Because I know you see it too. When I look in the mirror, I see my imperfections. Am I going to work on it right away? No. But I am aware. And then when it gets out of hand, a lot of women like to, oh, let me go do this now. Which, okay, life happens. You understand? I understand that. We work. The women who work, we work. We've got business to take care of. We have kids to raise. We're in school. I mean, there's so many factors to bring here. So obviously, it might not be enough time. So we all understand that nobody is perfect. And I'm not on here to say about anyone being perfect. All I'm saying is no man should be telling you what you should do. That was the title of my video. And I'm talking about working out. You know that you gain a little weight. So go fix that. If you feel it, unless you don't feel it needs to be fixed. But I know most of us, of course, if we see something, especially our stomach, we're like, oh, we don't want that. Then we should go fix it. It shouldn't be a man's job to say, hey, you need to work out and then get mad because his delivery was wrong. There's no nice way to say to go work out. Okay, let's be real. So make sure you're self-aware and you go handle your business. Don't ever let any person or man tell you what you need to do as far as yourself. That's what you have to do. That is just being self-aware. And because what's going to happen is people are going to say rude things to you. Of course. That's the world we're in. But don't allow anyone to say something rude to you. Not everybody. I'm just saying some people. So make sure you just handle your business. You make time. Eventually, you make time, right? You try to find that schedule. Also, no man should be telling you, oh, go do your hair. Because there's some women, honestly, that's out here that do not take care of themselves. You might not be one of them. You're like, that's not my problem. The main issue was what I was talking about, the weight. But I'm going to move on from that. When it comes to the hair, there are women out here that is not properly taking care of their hair. They're not. It's not, the hygiene is missed. Their scalps is jacked up. No man should be like, hey, you look a mess or whatever. They try to tell you that you don't look right. That's not a man's job to tell you how to be a woman, how to be a lady. So yeah, they shouldn't tell you what to do as far as that. They could sense, hey, yeah, this is not working out, what's going on. But they can't teach you that. That's something you have to do. So no, a man shouldn't tell you to go do your hair. Go handle your business. Don't walk around looking crazy because of what? We're going to have our days. Ain't nobody perfect, like I said. But majority of your days need to be self-care. Take care of yourself first. Then the, husband, kids, or whatever you got going on in your house. Don't let anyone take that from you. No job, none of that. We have to learn how to take care of ourselves and not let someone tell us what we should be doing with ourselves. Let's take care of ourselves as we know how. Let's be ladies. Let's be women. Let's figure it out and get it done. And if you need assistance, ask for it. Okay? When it comes to you in a relationship, marriage, your man shouldn't be telling you to cook. If your house is set up in a space where you're the primary cook, is what I'm saying, no man should be telling you, oh, go ahead and cook. Where's the food? Why do you have men telling you that you need to cook? Especially if he doesn't cook, because he probably can't cook or he's busy working or something. And as a woman, nurturing, that's a nurturing spirit. You cook. You provide nourishment to the household. That's just a nurturing factor. That's natural. So if you have a man that is not a cook or he's not nurturing, because men are not nurturing in that aspect, then you cook. No man should tell you that you got to go do that. That's what I'm saying. It's not like, yeah, I'm hungry. Like, no, just make the food for everybody in the house. No man should tell you to clean. The house is dirty, clean it. And if you're trying to work on, let's say, cleanliness, then work on the cleanliness. But do it with a, like, don't do it with an attitude. Just kind of help situation. And if you have someone that cleanliness is on point, cool. But you're still going to have to clean if that's how you guys set it up. These are the type of conversations you have to talk about before you get married. That's all I'm saying. If you don't talk about this before you get married, you're going to be in a situation that you don't want to be in. You're like, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't say I was cooking and cleaning 24/7. But this is what he wants, and I'm just not into that. Well, did you talk about it before? Because you should know if your man is into that. And men, are you telling them this is what I want before you say, hey, I want you to marry me? These are conversations that have to be had. If you know your woman can't cook or clean or take care of themselves, then that's something you should have figured out before you married that person or been with that person. We have to do a better job vetting. So that's all I wanted to say for this video. I never go live on Tuesdays at all. I'm just learning what to do before I actually set a schedule. But right now I'm doing Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, live at 6 for 1 hour or close to an hour. And then on Fridays, that's my busy, long day. And that's where I have more people call in. Okay, so I appreciate everybody for being here. Tomorrow, I do have a guest. If you go look on my channel, it's called Marriage After 30. So a woman who get married after 30 years old, because they, people think, oh, you should have got married when you were younger. You're not gonna find nothing now. Everybody's, have baggage or damage, whatever. Possibilities of getting married after 30 or in your 30s, close to 40s. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow, and I have a guest on that one. So please stay tuned tomorrow. Also share this video, like this video. Thanks for being here. And I am on my road to get monetized soon. So that is the next step to my process. You guys see that I have made the 1,000 subscribers. That was one check mark. So I have one more check mark after that, and then we're on the road. So thank you so much, my DTM family. Thank you. Oh, I have a comment. Okay. What's up, Ali? Okay. He says, I think two people being committed to each other is far more important than the possibility you didn't vet as good as you thought you did. The worm, or wait, I think that's worm, who doesn't quit and value men is important. The woman, I guess. The woman who doesn't quit and value men is important. Very important. Very important. Okay? You got to make sure that you are vetting. Yes, I got it. It was woman. Make sure you guys are vetting properly. You have to. Because we all do it. We're going to get ourselves in a situation that we should not be in. We're going to survive. We'll make it through. But if we could avoid things, let's try to do that. Or let's teach the young ones to do that, even if we didn't. So make sure, you have a woman who values you. Make sure that you are that strong leader to make sure that, besides you finding that woman, you're doing your part, and everything should be good with that. But yes, you guys, so I normally don't go live on Tuesdays, but here I am. But that's all this video was about. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Artlist.io.
I believe one day, I believe in the future. I believe
Music licensing reimagined.
I believe what you truly desire, you can bring to pass. All you need is a focus and a story to hold, and the faith that you can achieve what's inside your soul. Someday we'll make it on right. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way,
Artlist.io.
we're gonna get. Someday we'll make it on right. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say, either way, we're gonna get better. Know that you can make it. Hold it tight, cause they will try to take it.
Music
Keep it
licensing
close, 'cause they will try to
reimagined.
shake it. But whatever you do, don't let them break it. This moment's just a new chance to take into your own hands and shape the life you see inside your dreams. Someday we'll make it on right. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get.
Artlist.io.
Someday we'll make it on Someday right. We'll make it. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get better. In your heart there lives a dream for your soul to master.
Music licensing
From the moment that
reimagined.
you breathe, you